Hey crafty people, it's Tasha here for Time for Tea Designs, and today I'm going to be making a 2-for-1 Christmas card. So I was looking through the site recently and I saw this tremendous stencil and Let It Snow die, and I just fell in love and had to get them. So I'm going to start with a bit of ink blending. I've got the tremendous stencil just taped to a piece of Nina £80 that's cut down to a US A2 size, and I'm going to be making a rainbow. So I chose 3 Distress Oxide colours to use, and I'm just going to make sure that I cross those colours over, and that's going to give me a full rainbow. So I have candied apple, squeezed lemonade, and then salvaged patina. Yeah. And that is going to give me a full rainbow. Now I did go a little bit heavy with the red and went a bit too far down. I think I got distracted. I think I was probably singing. But it's okay because I did decide to trim that panel down a little bit. And I've still got a really nice and pretty rainbow blend. So you see when I take that stencil off, that is a cool background. So I also embossed a full panel with powdered snow embossing powder, embossing glitter, sorry. I didn't include that in because I've got loads of videos. I love to emboss a full panel like that. I'm going to cut the Let It Snow word die from that, and when I went to cut it, I realised that I could do a 2-for-1 with this, so I'm going to use the negative that's left behind as well. So I decided to do a little bit more ink blending so that I would have a rainbow to put behind the negative for the full sparkly panel. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just using the same inks again, just the same 3 Distress Oxides, and just blending them across. I just used the die to just add a little bit of a pencil mark so that I knew how much I needed to blend, so that I knew that it was all going to be that the rainbow was going to be big enough basically to sit behind my panel. Once I was happy with the blend, I went back and forth a little bit. Once I was happy, I got to work on putting the panels together. So the die is so big that it kind of cut the panel into 2 pieces, but I didn't mind that too much. So I've just used some a mixture of strong double-sided tape and also some strong liquid glue to attach those 2 pieces together onto that second rainbow background that I made. So I'm using the positive die cut just to help me get the spacing right, because I want to make sure that it looks right and that you can tell what it says and everything. But I do keep lifting that piece out so that I can make sure that it doesn't get stuck to the panel itself, because I don't want to have that on there. So I popped that positive piece back in so that I could add all the little bits, like the middle of the O and the bit for the E and everything else, because that's just the quickest and easiest way to do it. I used liquid glue because I think that was just the easiest way to do that again. So once I've done that, I've got the positive piece, and there is a shadow die that comes with the set. So I cut that from Vellum and I added my sparkly sentiment onto the Vellum background. And if you're wondering, I have a giant gold sparkly thing stuck to my finger. It was a ring my daughter wanted me to wear, so she glued it to me. She was happy, so I was happy. Can't forget the little tiddle at the top of the eye, and then I decided that I wanted it to sort of sit up a little bit from the panel so that it was really I just prefer to have my sentiments stacked a little bit. I did trim a little bit of that panel off just to get rid of a little bit of the red to even up the rainbow a little bit, because like I said, I went a little bit too hard with the red. So yeah, I added another die cut, Let It Snow die cut behind the vellum, so that's just going to lift that sentiment up just a little bit, and I always just prefer how that looks. So I added that to my rainbow tree panel, and then to add that other piece with the negative one onto a card base, because I've got that panel behind the rainbow but it doesn't cover the entire panel. I wanted just to even it out a little bit, so I used the offcuts from where I trimmed the edges just to even it out, so that the whole thing was one thickness right the way through. And then I added Liberal Strong wet adhesive and glued that straight down to a card base. I didn't need any embellishments because, well, the whole thing's glittery, so I thought that was plenty. And then I added the trim down tree stencil panel to a card base as well, and there are my two cards. Again, didn't add any embellishments to the tree one, and I've got to say, I love these. They are so nice. Yeah, I was really, really happy with how they came out. I'm really glad that I got the 2-for-1. So let me know what you think. If you like the video, then please do give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you aren't already. I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye.